All right, Sibanye-Stillwater striking workers are defying winter conditions, as you've heard, as they continue their strike outside of the union buildings in Pretoria. They are demanding to meet with President Cyril Ramaphsa to talk about the wage deadlock. For an update on this story, we're joined now by SABC News reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who is at the union buildings in Pretoria. Mbalenhle, let's talk about this. How long have the workers been there? And they clearly must be quite determined as they are braving these cold conditions in order to bring the president to them to discuss this.
Good evening, Tepiso. Yes, indeed, they are braving the cold in order to find a resolution to what seems to have been a wage negotiation that has deadlocked. But a little bit earlier on, we heard the Minister of Labour giving us a report back from a meeting that he had with union representatives and another that he had with the union, the employer rather, Sibanye-Stillwater, with Minister of Mineral Resources, Gwede leading that meeting. He's announced that the two sides have agreed to a conciliatory meeting which will start tomorrow, and it seems as though this might pave the way to both the employer and employees finding each other, and they are determined to make sure that this happens. We heard the minister stressing the fact that this is all because the president has instructed them to negotiate and find a solution in this situation following that promise he made to workers during May Day celebrations earlier this month.
Mbalenhle, the president himself, as the head of state, was at the same time hosting the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. So I'd imagine from an impact point of view, this is what the workers wanted to do, to be seen, to show that there is strife in this country, particularly in the mining sector. But unfortunately, the president also bears the historical stench, as it were, of the Marikana massacre, which the Labour minister referred to, saying they don't want another Marikana. Talk to us a little bit about this and what the workers are saying regarding this dichotomy.
Well, speaking of the Marikana massacre and the events that led to that fateful day, is that, what the workers are demanding are similar. The wage demands are similar to what those workers were demanding. They are asking for a 12.5 entry-level salary, which is what the workers before in Marikana were calling for and asking for. And we heard AMCU President Joseph Mathunjwa talking about the gains they've made in the platinum sector, saying that an entry-level mine worker earns as little as an amount of 14,000 rand, and he would like to see that replicated within the gold sector. He also bemoaned the fact that it seems as though both unions bemoaned the fact that it seems as though it was easier for them to reach an agreement in the same industry, in the gold sector, with other mines such as Harmony, but it seems as though it's somewhat difficult on this side. And you heard the minister talking about the fact that this might be an issue of attitudes and personalities, as opposed to more than it is about sustainability and the mining operations themselves, basically echoing what both unions have been saying that they find it difficult to understand why it is that why it's so difficult to come to some form of an arrangement or an agreement on wage negotiations in this sector, and particularly with this company, when it is so much easier with other sectors such as the platinum industry and other gold miners within the country.
So just to wrap up, Mbalenhle, how long are the workers willing to stay at the union buildings, and what do they foresee a meeting with President Ramaphosa achieving, given the fact that there are going to be CCMA negotiators there?
The workers say that they're willing to stay for as long as it's necessary to get the wage demand met and some of their demands met. So they are saying that if it means spending the next couple of weeks, 2 years or so, they are willing to do that, and they're not deterred at all because the circumstances that they're working under require them, because they're not asking for too much, they're just asking for 1,000 Rand increase. They also spoke about the issue of executive salary, saying that what they're asking for pales in comparison to what one CEO gets at that particular company. But it seems as though tomorrow's meeting might pave the way to a resolution, which is what workers really wanted, a resolution and some form of an intervention from government, which has come by way of 2 meetings and that conciliatory meeting that we expect to get underway tomorrow. So it remains to be seen if tomorrow will end the strike, if tomorrow's talks rather will end the strike, and maybe, the union, the workers outside the union buildings will then start packing up to go home and get ready to start working. But we shall wait and see.
All right, thank you so much, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, SABC reporter who is at the union buildings where the striking miners are demanding to meet President Cyril Ramaphsa. Meanwhile, hundreds of strikers